She's the head of 4 generations of family and the bearer of 40 years of suffering. Gul Zahar, a Rohingya refugee in her 90s, has fled persecution in Myanmar 3 separate times in her life. First in 1978, then 1991, and finally in 2017. She speaks softly and slowly, telling me that while age may have left her unable to remember everything, she'll never forget the constant horrors her family suffered at the hands of security forces in Myanmar over the years.
They beat us, they kidnapped us, they detained us.
Gul and her family span almost a century in age. Bonded through blood and displacement, they now all live in a single hut located in the world's largest refugee camp. Her son, Oli Ahmed, first fled Rakhine State and came to Bangladesh as a teenager. He recounts just how awful the crackdown by security forces was in 2017.
If we couldn't have made our way here, we would have been killed like stray dogs.
Mohammed Ayub is Gul's grandson-in-law. He says he'll always be haunted by what he's seen back home.
No one could even ask questions about the forced disappearances. Even a brother didn't have the right to ask about his missing brother. You understand? We had no clue who was disappeared and to where. We just had to remain silent about it.
Here, the signs of trauma are everywhere, and fear is clearly etched on faces. In many ways, what's happened to this particular extended family really mirrors what's happened to so many other Rohingya who face decades of repression and abuse. The Rohingya aren't just the world's largest group of stateless people, they're also among the world's most persecuted minorities. More than anything, Mohammed Ayub wants his children to be able to experience peace and to get justice. He says there's only one way that can happen.
Atrocities that are being committed against our men and women should be heard by the International Criminal Court so that we get justice, and if it's not, we won't be satisfied.
Satisfaction is not a sentiment Gul is familiar with. For her, pain has been a constant, and time continues to be as cruel as life has been hard. Mohammed Jamjoom, Jazeera, at the Kutupalong Camp in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh.